losing your childhood beliefs or morals that your parents have kind of taught you at a young age. You know, you've just grown up like a religion or something like that. And lots of times that plays into it as well.
Our literature books we chose, the first one we chose was To Kill a Mockingbird, because the children in the book like didn't understand racism, and so like they were very unaware of like the whole comment about like when one of the boys were like, oh, your daddy's a N-word lover, and so like they were just unaware of the whole situation, and so it really, when they found out, it really, they lost their innocence due to the fact like they just thought everybody was equal and happy and loving each other, but really we live in a hateful world.
Right. Also, our second book was Lord of the Flies, and this is kind of like, you know, they were first there and they were well-behaved children, and by the end of the book they just turned to these, you know, savages, and for the most part it focused on their openness that kind of developed on this innate evil and savagery that's kind of always existed, and it's like, you know, their innocence to that evil has increased, or has decreased, because they started to realize that, you know, there's evil out there.
Yeah. Our current events are Universal one. We chose North Korea just because the fact that it's such a big deal right now. It's all over the news, and so just if you don't know what's going on with North Korea, you need to turn on your TV. But it's just the whole concentration camps and how like they're relating it to the new Nazi era for us, like not era, but like the new Nazi camps is related to North Korea. But it just shows the loss of innocence, because a lot of those kids aren't able to grow up with that just childlike like innocence, and so like they're lost because they are getting raped, they're getting persecuted, they're getting like tortured, and so that was our Universal current event.
Okay, and then we also have, for the National, I talked about how Michael Dunn, you know, the whole shooting with him, where there was a car full of teenagers and they were playing music too loud, and he asked them to turn it down, and they said something along the lines of cracker and turned it back up, and so he shot at their car, right? And then he ended up killing one of the boys in the car, and I think that for them, they lost their innocence in the aspect of, wow, we're just being kids, and you know, things got drastic, and I think they were just kind of automatically having to mature, and it kind of ties into what we were talking about earlier about the traumatic events that happen that can cause you to lose your innocence.
Yeah.
So we have art, and it's called Los Intosables. It's by Eric Ravello, and Macey's going to start off with the National.
Yeah! National.
Universal.
Okay, so this is the picture. It just symbolizes like the adults, I guess, because like a loss of innocence is really focused on like children like losing their sense of like childlike faith, and like, or childlike faith, the childlikeness to them, and so it just shows like he really illustrates like loss of innocence by nailing children on the cross of humanity, and like different people, and like this is just one. It shows like a army guy, which I'm not exactly sure where he's from. There wasn't a lot of description, but it just shows like how she lost her innocence, and like this could be shown like he coming in and these people coming in and like shooting her family, or like just the whole lot, the fact that she's living in a war zone, and so we felt it's really sad. So yeah.
And then it's also, for the National, we have the same type of format, but it's actually shown as a man. It's almost like the Americanized version to me, and it's kind of like, you know, it looks like this man is maybe relating to the school shootings. You know, she has what looks like a school uniform on, and, you know, obviously he's being violent with the guns, and she's just kind of, it's like the innocence, the children's innocence is tacked onto the backs of these humans, you know, and it's just no good.
So
that's it.
That was our project. We are sponsored by Onyx. Delicious. Feel free to swing by and get yourself a nice standing coffee.